Hi, I'm Kristin Omdahl, and welcome back to my studio. Today, we're going to make something. Join me for the next tutorial starting right now. In this video, I'm going to show you how to crochet the super simple Sable mesh crochet shawl pattern. This is a super simple mesh crochet shawl that is very easy to memorize as it's only a 1-row repeat. Make it in one statement color, or this is a great stash busting pattern too. You can also add beads to this project in several different options. This shawl can be made in any weight yarn and in any size. Simply crochet row 1 as wide as you want your shawl and repeat the decrease pattern until you complete the triangle. Let's get started. Row 1 begins with a chain 4 and double crochet in the 4th chain from your hook. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook. There's one foundation oval. You want to, let's do that again, chain 4 and double crochet in the 4th chain from your hook. Now we have 2 foundation ovals. The pattern says to work 56 ovals. If you're doing the same size shawl as me, that will be great. If you want to make your shawl wider or narrower, you just want to repeat chain 4, double crochet in the 4th chain from your hook until you have the width that you desire. I'm going to do a reduced size sample for the video tutorial. So when I finish row 1, we'll come back and start our decrease pattern. Okay, this is what your work should look like at the end of row 1. Again, I'm doing a reduced size sample for the video tutorial. You can make this as wide or as narrow as you want. Row 2 begins with slip stitching into that first oval, chain 1, and single crochet in the same oval. Our repeat is chain 5 and work single crochet, chain 3, single crochet in the next oval. Single crochet, chain 3, and single crochet, all in the same oval. Our repeat is chain 5, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet in the next oval, all the way across to the last oval. Okay, we've made it across to our last oval, chain 2, and double crochet in the last oval. That chain 2 and double crochet counts as our last chain 5 space. And this is what your work should look like at the end of row 2. I have 7 chain 5 spaces, but if you were doing the full size shawl, you should have 55 chain 5 spaces right now. Row 3 is a repeat of row 2. We're decreasing, so it's going to be a repeat of the same pattern. However, because it's decreasing, we're always going to have one less chain 5 space at the end of each row that we repeat. Chain 1, turn your work, and single crochet in that first chain 5 space. Our repeat is chain 5. So now we're going to skip that single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, and in the next chain 5 space, work a single crochet, chain 3, and single crochet. You want to make sure that you're crocheting into the chain 5 spaces and not those little chain 3 spaces. And we want to repeat this all the way across to our last chain 5 space. Chain 5, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet. Okay, we're down to our last chain 5 space here, so we're going to work a chain 2 and double crochet in the last chain 5 space. That chain 2 double crochet counts as our last chain 5 space. And this is what your work should look like at the end of row 3. You should have one less chain 5 space than you did on the previous row. So I have 6. If you're following the pattern exactly as written, you would have 54 chain 5 spaces. Row 4 is also going to be a repeat of rows 2 and 3. So chain 1, turn your work, single crochet in the first chain 5 space, chain 5, skip the single crochet, chain 3 single, and work single crochet, chain 3 single crochet in the next chain 5 space. And repeat this across to the last chain 5 space. Okay, we've made it to our last chain 5 space, so it's going to be a chain 2 and double crochet in the last chain 5 space. Chain 2 double crochet again counts as our last chain 5 space, and at the end of row 4 you should have one less chain 5 space than you did on the previous row. I have 5. If you're doing the pattern as written, it would be 53 at this point. Row 5 is also a repeat. Every row is going to be a repeat of this. I'm just showing you a few examples so you can see the progress. So we'll do one more row, chain 1, turn our work, single crochet in the first chain 5 space, and we're going to repeat chain 5, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 5 space across to the last one. And we're to the last one, chain 2 and double crochet in the last chain 5 space. Okay, you want to repeat this one decreasing row until you have only one chain 5 space left, and then we'll fasten off, and after that I'll show you how to add a crochet edging to the lower V of this beautiful triangular shawl. Okay, so here's the shawl with all of the decreased rows done. We have our last final chain 5 space right here in the bottom point of the triangle. So now to work the edging, we're going to work it along those chain 5 spaces along the edge of the shawl. So let's turn it upside down, and we're going to join with a slip stitch in our first chain 5 edge stitch here, edge mesh. So each of these are each of the chain 5 meshes, okay? So we're going to be working into each one of these across down to the lower V and then back up to the other side of the top of the shawl. And row 1 starts with joining with the slip stitch, then chain 3, which counts as our first double crochet, and work 10 more double crochets in that space. Okay, then our repeat is single crochet in the next chain 5 space, chain 5, single crochet in the next chain 5 space, and 11 double crochets in the next chain 5 space. Our repeat is the single crochet, chain 5, single crochet, 11 double crochets. And so you want to repeat that all the way across. And this is what your work should look like at the end of the first row of the edging. Row 2 begins with a chain 4, which counts as a double crochet chain 1, turn our work, and work double crochet chain 1 in each of the next 10 double crochets. Then after that last chain 1, single crochet in the next chain 5 space, chain 1, double crochet chain 1 in each of the next 11 double crochets. I'll set my work down now so I can show you what we're doing here. So our repeat is chain 1, single crochet in the next chain 5 space, chain 1, double crochet in the next double crochet 11 times. And you want to repeat that all the way across. This is what your work should look like at the end of the second row of the edging. As you can see, it would be pretty if you ended it here. The third row is more optional, I guess, but it's still pretty too. So let me show you how to do row 3, our final row of the edging, and then I'll show you a couple of placements where I think would be good candidates for adding beads to the shawl. Row 3 starts with a chain 3, turn your work, and single crochet in the next chain 1 space. And we're going to work chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 1 space, and we're just going to repeat this all the way across. So it's just chain 3 and single crochet in the next chain 1 space, and you would repeat that all the way across the entire row. Now, if you wanted to add beads to this shawl, I think there are a couple of really easy places to add them, and that would be in the chain 3 spaces in the pattern repeat that almost look like little beads themselves. So where we did the single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, I would consider adding a bead in the center of that chain 3 or the second chain of the chain 3. That would be a great place for beads. You could also add beads into the middle of the row of the double crochets here on the first row of the edging, or you could add beads in the middle of the chain 3 space on the final row. Either one of those places will give you a good prominent bead placement without it getting buried by stitches on following rows. Find a link in the video description to download this pattern with detailed charts and written instructions, and a link to where to find the cotton yarn that I used in this project. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions at all, please feel welcome to leave them for me in the comments. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. I'll see you in the next video.